Hello, everybody, and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43, and tonight we are back in Michelangelo. I know, it's crazy. I haven't played this ship since it came out, but here we are. I decided to throw on a little bit of a meme build, so we went with Paolo de Revel, with Haruna and Von Hipper as our inspirations. We got Not One for the Nuisance, we've got Porcupine, we've got On Second Thought, Master Mechanic, and we've got Fight Fire with Fire. We have Secondary Battery Mod 2, Steering Gears Mod 2, Concealment System Mod, and we've got the Epic Secondary Battery Mod 3. And of course, we do have SAP for the main guns, but I actually haven't used them. I generally don't need the SAP. Most people just give you broadsides anyway, so haven't really had a chance to utilize the SAP in the matches that I've played. But we have had a rough go of it, I ain't gonna lie. But we do have repair parties. Now I thought about going with the sonar here, but the sonar being 4.7 kilometers does have moments where it could be funny. But I find the heals are just much more useful, especially with Master Mechanic. We get 2 extra heals, so. As funny as it could be to go smoke sonar and then just let the secondaries eat people, it is a lot of fun to just tank a lot of bullcrap, right? But the reason we did this is for the secondaries. We've got the secondary range out to 10.2 kilometers, and if you don't know what these secondaries are, they're SAP secondaries, and they eat things. It's hilarious. You couple that with the smoke, and you can make for some funny moments. However, I don't recommend this build just due to the fact that like the matches where it's funny is going to be outshined by the matches where you're just completely outmatched. Like there are so many counters to this, specifically radars that just immediately give you up. Like I ain't gonna lie, it took a few matches, let's just put it that way. It took a few matches to get one that I was happy with showcasing. But with all of that being said, let's get to the gameplay. Alrighty, so we're going to be on the Atlantic, and let's talk for a minute. First of all, hello. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you guys so much for helping me end April with an absolute banger of a stream. So if you guys got to see that, awesome. If you didn't get to see it, I apologize, but you know, sometimes you got to make sure you stop by the live events, folks. Keep those notifications on. Also, if you are a member, you get to watch these videos early access when I upload them. You guys can, some people will get there way too early and they'll see it in 360, all of its glory in 360p. That's how you know you're one of the OG notificators. But anyway, so seriously, what were we doing tonight? We were playing a little bit of meme builds after the stream. I was like, you know, let's just jump in the Michelangelo, see what we can do with full secondaries. Probably a lot of people on Facebook posting some pictures of me being bottom of the team and stuff. They'd be like, oh, Spartan Elite's trash. Look at this, he's bottom of the team. Most of the games that I got weren't bad. I think I had like 1 or 2 bad games. But most of my games, I was getting around 100,000 damage. But you still don't get any XP because it's a secondary build, right? Like, we're going for the memes. And if you don't know by now, secondaries, you don't get hardly any XP for secondaries, unfortunately. So as unfortunate as that is, you can still have some fun with it, and we're going to showcase that in this one as we're going to push forward. Now, I know that there are 2 destroyers here. I know that this game kind of looks like it could be juicy for us. One of the destroyers is currently spotted on the left side, going behind the island right now, which is good news. The other one is probably going middle. I had a freaking sneaking suspicion it would be going middle, but I had to try to get in position. I want to get as close to the middle island as possible so that I have a position to help our Udachi, because we know there's a destroyer coming in. And I do get in a chat, and I do warn the Udachi. I'm like, hey, dude, there's a good chance that that's a bad ship for you to run into. Now, we know that there's a destroyer in the middle, and you can see I'm like, I really don't want to be broadside right now. This guy's spotting me for far too long. He's going to be able to torpedo me for sure. Like, right? Like, you know it's coming. But I just try to vary what I'm doing, try to change up my course a little bit, and I end up doubling back because I'm dodging the enemy fire. There's a Sejong out here who's trying to hit me over the islands, and he's failing miserably. But we do get a good look at the Rune and the Atlantico over here having kissy face time. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to take a shot at the Rune. We bounced some shells off the belt. Right now, I can't believe that I have not taken any damage. Katsanis does get himself spotted. You can see Torps coming in, and there they are. Like, you knew it was coming, right? But as we get the secondaries rolling on the Katsanis, we go ahead, we hit our heal, we get our damage control, so it's not the end of the world. Secondaries are just chewing that Katsanis up, right? Between us and our teammates, we're able to get rid of them. Unfortunately, I didn't realize the Kagero was spotted until it was too late. I thought he was going to sit in a smoke screen. But Schroeder in the middle of the map, I believe, is Damo. And it's either Damo or Gamo. I think it's Damo. But either way, yeah, Schroeder is doing his thing in the middle of the map. So I figured there was a pretty good chance their Kagero was toast. And sure enough, that is the case. Kagero goes down. So they've lost both of their destroyers in record time. You love to see it when it's the enemy, right? In less than 3 minutes, they're down 2 destroyers because they just threw their health away. One destroyer uses this smoke screen to help his teammates and then gets into the cap and has nothing to hide. Like he was very confident that he was going to win that engagement. Now, knowing that there's an Atlantico and a Rune on the other side of this island, I didn't want to go willy-nilly around the corner, right? I got teammates that can back me up, but you can't rely on your teammates to back you up, right? So we don't want to go full crazy mode. I just want to, like, try to get the team to kind of push. We can see that we're going to have an advantage here. We just got to get people moving, right? We don't want to be the center of attention. I do have a smoke screen, but I don't have my my secondary booster ready yet. What I am going to do is, while the Atlantico and the Rune are spotted, I do want to make it, or take advantage of that, and I want to push out and try to get up in here, use my smoke screen while they're spotted by my teammate, so that we can get these guys off the board. I can use my smoke screen, have these secondaries eat these guys up. The Rune is nothing for these secondaries. These secondaries will eat that Rune for lunch, right? But not only that, but we also have our torpedoes. People forget about the torpedoes of the Michelangelo for some reason, but they're there. They do exist. You can see I do mark him for my secondaries because I wanted him to be focused. Nebraska ends up finishing him off, and we're going to go ahead and drop these torpedoes down alongside the island there for the Atlantico. I'm not going to shoot the Atlantico because, first of all, I'm broadside to him. Second of all, I don't want him to be able to target me with those secondaries or his main guns, right? Like, we don't want that. So we just let him go. He gets spotted. Our torpedoes are actually going to find their mark as well. Sejong backs up in front of us. We're able to get a couple shells around and smack the Sejong, but really not a lot of damage. We do hit 2 of the 3 torpedoes, and down goes the Atlantico. And we're going to try to get around the corner as we take a fire, and I'm like, who the heck shot me? Turns out there's a Vanguard on his way over. So we are basically in perfect position here to have a good time, as we have a backtracking Georgia, we have a Sejong, and we have a Vanguard. That's a lot of hit points to potentially take. So as we come around the corner, we try to get both guns away on the Georgia, and then I have to start bow tanking the Sejong because I know torpedoes are only a matter of time, right? And sure enough, a little turd blossom comes around the corner, full broadside. I wonder what he could be doing, folks. Anybody want to take a guess? Of course he's going to be torping, right? Like, duh. It's his only defense. What is he going to do? Shoot me? With his little pea shooters? What's he going to do with that? My secondaries are more effective than his primaries. Like, come on. But he is going to get a couple of torp hits, which is fine. We just got to deal with the double flood for a moment. Unfortunately. But the good news is, we're still spotted because the freaking Vanguard's right here. So even though we get to go behind the smoke screen, the Vanguard keeps us lit up. But we do get our damage control off. We have a battleship on either side of us, and so we get to use our secondaries off both sides of the ship, which means you're going to be stacking up a lot of damage real quick. And because these are tier 7 battleships, it's even funnier, because these SAP just tears them apart, specifically the Vanguard. But both battleships are just getting yeeted by secondaries right now. And we're inside the smoke screen, but I did fire my guns, so I'm still spotted. But you can see he's taking some damage from teammates. He's taking some damage from my secondaries. I'm going to get my main guns out there, finish him off. And we actually finish the Georgia and him off at the same time. But we take a double fire in the process. Not only did we get a double flood, but we get a double fire. Fortunately, one of those fires goes out, and I get to potentially survive this as long as I don't take any more damage. But we've put up 126,000 damage. We've got over 170 secondary hits. And Johann comes out full broadside. I was looking for some pretty good damage here, but unfortunately it just never materializes. We get a couple of pins here and there, but just did not get what I was hoping for. I think he turned towards us just in time to not take a massive hit there, but it doesn't matter because the Schroeder is just running him over. Like, that Johann's got no shot against that Schroeder. That Schroeder secondaries will eat him for lunch. And then he goes broadside to me, so I take the shot, and we get another pretty disappointing salvo, to be perfectly honest. Knock one of his guns out, though, so maybe help our teammate out a little bit. But the next thing I got to start worrying about is the carrier. So as the carrier comes in for his drop, we're going to go ahead and get our helping hand, a.k.a. the Spartan Kraken. Not allowed to kill things, so makes sense that I get a lot of these helping hands, right? But as you can see, we're able to easily dodge. I mean, this thing, you throw steering gears on this thing, it's actually pretty agile. For as big as it is, it's surprisingly agile. Meaning you can get some broadsides away pretty quickly and be able to get back to being angled. A lot of people may run propulsion mod, and that's your choice. But I like being able to swing my ships, get broadsides away, get back to being angled, and this thing can do that pretty well. And again, being able to get those torps off as well comes in real handy. But our thing here was to just try to mitigate damage from the carrier. Our Smolin's going to go forward. He's going to cut the carrier's escape route off. And I thought the carrier was going to go deeper into that corner. You can see where he's at right now. And so I thought that the carrier was going to go further. So you can see I make a turn here thinking, okay, he's running. But no, he's just sitting still. And he's actually in a position where if I just, maintained my spot a little bit longer, I'd have pretty easy shots on him. But instead, I decide to move forward. Our Smolin does get a clear skies. So shout out to the Smolin player shooting down planes like you'd hope. But yeah, as he does go around the corner, he's going to spot the carrier. And we're going to get a shot at the carrier right in the keyhole between the back of the island. You'll see in a moment. There we go. I actually detected the carrier. So he did reverse a little bit. Or I just got close enough to spot him. But either way, we get a shot away. And we are going to get a decent little chunk on him. Taking us up to 142,000. But as the carrier gets fed up of going after the destroyer, I think he's going to come for me one more time here. And so, yeah, not ideal. But we've got plenty of health at this point. And we might have a chance to shoot him one more time here. Try to get a shot through the booty. As we've got him spotted, our destroyer is in position to get some torps away. And you can see they are on their way. Those torps are real fast. And they're going to get there before the carrier's torps get to me. So, at the end of the day, that's a GG. But I hope you guys like this. It's something different. Little different gameplay, but we got all the medals. Look at the medals on this team versus the enemy team. That's a good team right there. Literally, as a team, we ended up getting more medals than half of North Korea, right? It's kind of crazy. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.